Welcome to on-demand instructions video on creating an electronic presentation under Speaking and Listening Performance, indicator number 5. We are covering the Common Core State Standard. Make strategic use of digital media in presentations to enhance understanding of findings, reasoning, and evidence, and to add interest. Our learning goals for this session are to identify digital tools that can be used in electronic presentations, discern important elements of presentations, create an effective presentation. Let's ask you first about your knowledge on what we will talk about in this session. What are electronic presentations? What are the tools that we will use in this type of presentation? How will you make an effective presentation? We can give electronic presentations using different software like PowerPoint, Freelance, Corel Presentations, and Astound. There are many different uses for presenting information to different audiences in different fields: education, government, and business. We can also use tools like computers, presentation software, or an LCD projector. Creating an effective presentation generally consists of important elements which are part of any presentation that you make. These are content, visual effects, and of course, presenting to an audience. Let's tackle content. Here are suggestions on how to go about the content or topic to be presented. Create a title page that includes the following: title of the topic, your name, course information, name of your teacher, the date, and any appropriate graphics. A table of contents is important to give an overview of what you will be discussing in your presentation. You must use appropriate headings and subheadings in your content to know where you actually are in your presentation. Text should include only the most important points grouped appropriately. Use phrases identified by bullets rather than complete sentences. Limit the amount of text per slide, usually a maximum of 7 lines. Provide some form of transition from one slide to the next for continuity. Avoid use of data tables. Instead, select relevant data and show in graph format if possible. Select appropriate graphics carefully and integrate with text. The concluding slide should leave a strong impression. It may be a summary or a call for action. Respect copyright laws for text and graphics. You must use a bibliography and credits for resources that you have used in your presentation. Let's proceed to the visual element of your presentation. Here are some suggestions on how to go about your visual element. Select or create a template and use it for all slides. Select background and text colors to provide contrast for easy viewing. Determine font style. Sans serif styles such as Arial, Comic Sans, and Tahoma are recommended for clarity. The minimum font size should be at least 24 so it's easy to read from anywhere in the room. Use font variations such as bold or italics in size for emphasis rather than changing font types. Select graphics carefully and use in moderation. Determine size of graphics for visibility. Integrate graphics with the text for maximum benefit. Use special effects, movement, sound, sparingly. Effects should not compete for attention with the content of the presentation. Use various techniques to create unity and continuity throughout the presentation. And here are some suggestions on how you will be able to relay your presentation to your audience. Review the presentation for overall effect and impact. Ask a friend to review your presentation and provide feedback. Conduct a dry run with all the equipment that you will use. Place your screen or display for clear line of view from all parts of the room. The presenter should face the audience, preferably standing in front of the room near the screen. Consider using an assistant to operate the computer and advance the slides. Use prepared notes to expand on key points identified in the slides. Determine appropriate pace of presentation. Going too fast is always a problem in giving presentations. Volume and clarity of voice are important. Eye contact should be established, and pace should allow for audience questions. Using presentation software is to enhance a presentation so you are able to present visually to help understanding of the topic being discussed. Here are some examples where we commonly use these skills in presenting. Presenting a report in class, class discussions, different kinds of group presentations. Let's do an activity. Create a presentation in class about a current lesson in one of your subjects. Apply all the suggestions that were discussed in this session. Ask for feedback from your classmates or group mates. Why do we need to use presentation software? Can't we just use the board? You may use the board, but presentation software provides an enhancement of your presentation by giving a visual representation of what you are discussing. It will help your audience remember and easily understand the concepts that you want to convey. Where can we borrow equipment for our presentation? Equipment is usually available in school. You may ask your teacher on how you will be able to use this equipment. Can't we just show the presentation and read from it? Reading from your presentation may lead to your audience being inattentive to your discussion. It will be better to give a personal touch in your presentation so that the audience will be able to relate to what you are saying and explaining. As a student, you're expected to use strategically digital media to enhance understanding of findings, reasoning, and evidence, and to add interest. We've come to the end of our session. In this session, you have learned creating a presentation using a multimedia tool, organizing content to use in a presentation, using visual effects in your presentation, giving an effective presentation to your audience. To learn more about this and get some tips on your presentation, you may visit these websites for resources. And return to www.ondemandinstruction.com for more instructional videos, podcasts, and materials. We update the site weekly.